Zane Grey was born on the 31st of January 1872 in Zanesville, Ohio, United States. Zanesville, the city he grew up in, was founded by his maternal grandfather, John McIntire. The latter had been gifted the land by his own father, an American Revolutionary War patriot. Zane's father was a severe beater, a hot-headed man who didn't tolerate even the slightest flaw. Zane didn't like his aggressive father due to this terrible behavior. He always distanced himself physically and emotionally. As a teenager, Zane was quite interested in baseball and fishing. He and his brother Roma often played baseball with so much enthusiasm, and they also went fishing all the time. Later on, Zane developed an interest in books and became an avid reader of adventure stories. Sometimes, he preferred reading rather than playing baseball or fishing. His reading habit eventually led to him becoming a writer. He began writing stories and was incredibly good at storytelling. When Zane got admitted to college to study dentistry, he could barely focus on his education. At the time, he was engaged in so many activities such as his baseball game, writing, tutorials, and much more. This made him fail a lot in his second year since he couldn't dedicate enough time for schooling. By the time he managed to graduate, he had realized he had focused on a particular career path rather than having his finger on every pie. With a degree in dentistry, Zane decided to build a career as a dentist. However, his passion for writing was still very much alive. Since he couldn't forget about writing, he chose to practice a career in both literature and dentistry. After several years of trying to make things work out as a writer and dentist, Zane still couldn't accomplish the success he wanted. He knew he couldn't handle both writing and dentistry simultaneously. He had to leave his career as a dentist to focus entirely on writing. Although he was really criticized by many people for his decision, Zane didn't care what people had to say about his choice. In 1909, Zane wrote a novel titled The Last of the Plainsmen. This book was later published by a famous American magazine. This novel wasn't really accepted by the public, but when he released his second novel, it became a bestseller. By the time he retired, he had written more than 55 books known in all of America. There are times in life when we get so engrossed and interested in doing various things. This can sometimes be dangerous because when we try to chase so many goals at a time, we may end up achieving nothing. It's advisable to focus on a particular thing rather than engage yourself in a lot of things that you won't handle. Samuel Smiles said, "When you choose to focus on a particular thing rather than looking elsewhere, you'd be excellent at what you do." If you want to be excellent and outstanding in a specific field, you must decide not to venture into something else. Channeling all your strengths and focusing on a particular thing will enable you to be the best. Calvin Jones said, "Doing many things at the same time can mess you up." Many people have not been able to attain a great height in life because of their habit of trying to do several things at the same time. For you not to end up becoming a mess of a total failure in your lifetime, always resist the urge to engage in loads of activities. Dave Bryant said, "It's practically impossible to work on different paths simultaneously. You can't travel on different roads at the same time. It can't be possible. The only thing you must do is choose the right path to journey on. You can't possibly do everything in life, but you can do one thing in a mind-blowing way." Most talented people don't get this because they seem to have talents for many things. They want to do many things. Initially, Zane Grey was confused, not knowing what path to follow, but he decided to choose a particular thing. He stuck to it and became successful with it. Everything is not for you, but there's one thing that belongs to you. Find it.